I want to talk a little bit about the Mythos machine right now and how I'm using it in my current campaign. So I have The Way of All Flesh is my sci-fi space opera, and I'm in the Mythos machine now. I'm the games master, and I'm putting stuff together. Here's a character, Fred Zeppelin. Here's another character, Lexi, and so on. PETA, and so on. And I ran into a situation where they bought a armored ground vehicle, and they wanted to equip it with different kinds of equipment. And then they want to be able to take things from it and apply those things, equipment, to their characters, which makes perfect sense, of course. So what I decided to do is I created a character for the armored ground vehicle. And so here's the armored ground vehicle, and I just assigned it an android class. I could have made a new class for it in the Mythos machine specific to the armored ground vehicle. Anyway, I gave it a body, a mind, which is its computer system, a reflex. It's not very flexible. But the most important thing is that I can now add armors and weapons to it, and I can also add equipment to it. So I just added some equipment, and now I'm just going to add something else just to show how that works. So now I would go to the detection system and, acoustic detection system. I could read a little bit about it. Okay, I know what I want. And go ahead and add it. So now it's got the acoustic anti-insect shell and the acoustic detection system. I can add the AVG trailer, and so on. So now I can go back, and let's say that one of the characters needs something from it. So now what I can do is I can go to transfer things, and I have the armored ground vehicle selected, and I'm going to go pick the group. So we're talking about the Blackwind group. Here are the characters, and I'm going to select Samwise, who wanted something, and I'm going to give him a piece of equipment and transfer it over to him. And so that's how it works. I can transfer money from here, I can transfer armors and weapons or whatever. But once I transfer this over, then his character now has that equipment. So if I go back here and I look at Samwise and look at his equipment list, he's got the acoustic anti-insect shell. And so this is how I can use the Mythos machine to manage equipment for the group. Like in this case, it's a vehicle. In a fantasy game, it could be a wagon, or it could even be a backpack or whatever. And that's a way of utilizing the system for this kind of thing. And not only that, but once I equip this thing with armors and weapons, then I can assign it life points, and that way when it gets damaged, I can track that. I can bump up its level. Let's say, okay, armored, vehicle is always going to be a certain level, maybe 2 or 3 or whatever. And then I could even give it skills. So I could say, well, it might have a computer system that does certain type of, sensor readings, blah, 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 whatever. Anyway, that's totally up to each games master to create the things for their world, and then you can use the Mythos machine in this way to bundle those things together and make them useful. Once you have the setup, then in game you can easily just go in and say, oh, okay, I'm going to add this to this character from the store, and so on. Anyway, just thought it was a cool kind of thing. It's the first time I've actually done it in terms of using it this way. It looks like it's it's gonna work out. It's pretty cool. All right, that's the story for today, and thanks a lot, and I'll catch you around.